Close your eyes. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel the weight of your body settling, sinking deeper into whatever is beneath you. Your shoulders, your arms, your legs, all of it growing heavier now, softer, released. There is nothing you need to carry tonight, nothing you need to remember or resolve. The day is done, and it is asking nothing more of you. Tonight, I am going to take you somewhere very old and very quiet, a place where the mornings come slowly and the evenings last a long time, and where the world outside has never quite managed to find its way in. Let yourself go there now. Close your eyes a little more and breathe. You are standing at the edge of a forest. It is late afternoon, that soft amber hour when the light comes in low and golden through the trees and turns everything it touches into something almost unreal. The air is cool and smells of pine resin and damp earth and something faintly sweet, like wood smoke from somewhere very far away. The forest ahead of you is not dark. It is deep, yes, the kind of deep where sound is absorbed and softened, but the light filters through the canopy in long, slow columns, falling in pools on the mossy ground below. Dust motes drift through those columns like slow, golden snow. They are in no hurry. Nothing here is in any hurry. You step onto the path. It is a narrow trail, worn soft by years of quiet footsteps. The earth beneath your feet is springy and forgiving. Roots cross the path here and there, curved and smooth, and you step over them easily, one by one, without thinking. The trees around you are old, very old. Their trunks are wide and grey and deeply grooved, wrapped in soft green moss that catches the last of the afternoon light. Their roots spread wide across the ground, like the hands of something sleeping. Above you, the canopy sways in a breeze you cannot feel, a slow, gentle rocking, as if the forest itself is breathing. You walk. There is no destination, only the path and the trees and the light growing longer and warmer as the afternoon deepens. After a while, you hear water. It begins as a suggestion, a faint, rhythmic murmur beneath the silence. Then, as you follow the path around a long, gentle curve, it grows clearer, cooler. A stream appears to your left, running shallow and clear over smooth grey stones. The water catches the light as it moves, flickering and bright, and the sound of it fills the air like music. Not composed music, but the older kind, the kind that was never written down. You slow your pace and walk beside the stream for a while, listening. The water moves around the stones without effort. It does not fight the shape of the riverbed. It simply finds its way, endlessly patient, endlessly returning. You watch it and feel something loosen in your chest, some held thing, some small tension you didn't know you were still carrying. And it goes, like a breath you'd been holding without realizing. Further ahead, the stream widens into a shallow pool at the base of a mossy rock. The water there is still and dark and reflects the trees above it in perfect silence. A single leaf drifts down from somewhere high above and lands on the surface, and the pool accepts it without a ripple. You stand there for a long moment, watching. Then you walk on. The path opens after a while into a small clearing. In the center of the clearing stands a cottage. It is low and old, built from the same grey stone as the forest floor, with a roof of dark moss and two small windows either side of a heavy wooden door. Ivy climbs the left wall in long, unhurried reaches. A thin thread of smoke rises from the chimney and disappears into the canopy above. Beside the cottage there is a garden, not a formal garden, but a wild and gentle one. Lavender grows in long, tangled rows. There are roses, deep red, blooming slowly against the stone wall. Herbs of every kind spill over a low wooden border. Rosemary and thyme, and something pale and feathery that you do not know the name of. The smell of it all reaches you now, green and warm, and deeply, quietly alive. You stand at the edge of the clearing and breathe it in. A woman appears at the doorway of the cottage. She is old, with white hair pinned loosely at the back of her head, and a long dark apron over her clothes. She does not look surprised to see you. She wipes her hands on a cloth and nods, once, the way people nod when something they expected has finally arrived. "You've come a long way," she says. Her voice is low and unhurried, like the stream. "Come and sit." Inside the cottage is warm and full of the smell of whatever is simmering on the stove. Something slow cooked and herbed and deeply comforting. A smell that belongs to long evenings and no particular urgency. The ceiling is low. Dried bunches of herbs hang from the beams. Lavender, rosemary, chamomile, and the light. What the forest knows. After a while, she speaks. The forest remembers everything, she says, looking into her cup. Every season, every storm, every creature that has ever slept beneath its roots. She pauses, but it doesn't hold any of it. It simply lets it pass through, the way water passes through soil. Everything that happens here, it feeds the ground, and then it goes. You think about this. You think about all the things you have carried this week, the small worries, the unfinished thoughts, the conversations that replayed themselves at inconvenient hours. You think about how heavy some of that was, and how unnecessary most of it turned out to be. You feel, sitting here in this warm and quiet room, that you could set it all down, that the ground beneath you is deep enough and patient enough to take it, that nothing you release here will be lost. It will simply become part of something larger, something slower, something that doesn't need your attention to keep going. She seems to understand this without you saying anything. You can rest here tonight, she says simply. There's nothing the morning will need from you that it won't bring itself. Later, she shows you to a small room at the back of the cottage. There is a narrow bed with a deep white quilt and a pillow that smells faintly of lavender. A single candle burns on the windowsill. Outside the window, the clearing is quiet and blue with evening, and the first stars are appearing above the canopy, faint and unhurried, taking their places one by one. You lie down. The quilt settles over you, heavy and soft, and the mattress holds you the way the earth holds everything, without effort, without condition, fully. The candle flickers once and then steadies. From somewhere outside, very faint, you can hear the stream. It is still there, still moving, still finding its way over the smooth grey stones, still, endlessly, returning. Your eyes are heavy. Your hands have gone still. Your breath has found its own rhythm now, slow and even and deep, and you are not directing it anymore. It is simply happening, the way the stream simply happens, the way the trees simply happen, the way this night is simply happening all around you, steady and unhurried and completely without demand. The candle has burned very low. The stars outside are bright now. The woman in the cottage is still there, somewhere on the other side of the wall, and the fire is still breathing in the hearth, and the forest beyond the clearing is as old and as quiet as it has always been. You are held. You are so safe. You are exactly where you are supposed to be tonight, in this small, warm room at the edge of an ancient forest, with the sound of water in the distance and the smell of lavender in the air, and the whole soft, dark night gathered gently around you like something that has always known your name. Let go of the last thing you are holding. You don't need it until morning, and morning is a long, long way away. Sleep now, quiet. The forest is here. The fire is breathing. You are so safe. Between sleeping and waking, the night deepens around the cottage. You are not quite asleep and not quite awake. Somewhere between the two, that soft, borderless country where thoughts become loose and unhurried. Nothing here has sharp edges. Nothing here requires a response. You think faintly of the path through the forest, the sound of your footsteps on the soft earth, the roots curved across the path, the first sound of water before you could see it, the pool where the leaf landed without a ripple, the smoke rising from the chimney. This place was always here, patient as the old trees. You only needed to be still enough to find it. Outside, an owl calls once from deep in the forest, low and unhurried, and then the silence returns, deeper than before. The kind of silence that is not empty but full. The way a forest is full even in the dark. Even when nothing is moving and everything is simply being.